B Parlay Nation, how we doing? It's been a while since we went live, guys. Welcome to our opening day betting preview. Tanner Kern here, joined by the coach at Coach_Craig52. How we doing, Coach? Feels good to be back, doesn't it?
Hey, I was just about to say, man, it feels great to be back. Long overdue. Baseball season and tomorrow. Let's get after it.
Oh, for sure. Now, if you guys are watching on TikTok, we got the TikTok camera right here, guys. If you want to come over and interact on YouTube, answer some questions, go in the link in my bio. Go to the B Parlay Picks YouTube channel. We are live on there with the coach right now. If not, I'll answer your questions right from TikTok. But hope we're doing well, Coach. You know what? Tomorrow, when I look at the slate tomorrow, I'm just so pumped about it. Not only because baseball is back, but just the betting value on it, I think is ridiculous.
Yeah, the lines for these are super juicy. A lot of good games tomorrow. It's a good slate. It's just a great day for opening day tomorrow. Can't wait.
Oh, it's a great day. We got Terry. You guys are echoing bad. Terry. I feel like that's a problem on Terry's end, doesn't it?
Yeah, it seems fine right now on here. I wonder what it is for the regular viewers. Like I say, maybe it's a problem with your TikTok and your YouTube at the same time.
Nah, I turned TikTok down, so it should be fine. But Terry, hop back on, maybe come top off and then come back on. I think we're fine here. I mean, usually we can tell when we're echoing, but you're chirping us already. You're always late, Tanner. Look who decided to show up, and there we go. So, guys, drop your questions in the chat. We'll answer them tonight. We're going to go through every game on the slate for Thursday. We can talk about Friday a little bit, but really want to focus on Thursday. We bet one day at a time here. So, anyways, Coach, what's your thoughts on baseball being back?
It's long overdue. It's just another day for, especially with tomorrow, to get some more picks in, win some more money, take some money from the books. For me, I can't wait. Come on.
Yeah. I mean, I love baseball because I'll parlay the whole slate every day. Because if you hit it once, you make your money back. Just a small little risk, like less than a quarter unit, obviously, on that every day and seeing what you can do there. I hit it a couple times last year, so that was good. So very excited. I think tomorrow's games have a ton of betting value. We'll start with Milwaukee and Chicago. We look at this game, Corbin Burnes going against Kyle Hendricks. Cubs struggled a lot last year. They sold at the deadline. I think this could be the year that they totally sell. I mean, you got to test out the waters, I think, in the National League Central because it's not that strong a division. But they're probably going to end up selling. But still, it's opening day. They're at home at Wrigley. Going against the Brew Crew that did not hit the ball last year at all. -174 on the money line, Coach. Cubs are +146. What do you like in this game?
I'm going Brewers. With Burnes on the mound. Burnes is 23-10 right now. And I think the last three seasons when Milwaukee is -110 or better, 91-66. So give me Milwaukee with the money line for this game.
We still confident Dodgers over 98.5 wins. I would I don't say bet a lot of money on a lot of things. I try to stay away from that, but I can't imagine the Dodgers not winning 99 games. They won 106 last year. They felt they underperformed winning 106 games last year, which I think is insane. I think Cody Bellinger, if he steps up this year for him, they're going to be that much better. I was going through the other night, Coach. I was doing a baseball pod with someone else, and we were talking about the Dodgers. You can't name every player on this roster. You just forget them because there's so many. You got Mookie Freeman, Justin Turner playing third. You got Trey Turner. I mean, you traded away A.J. Pollock, but you gained Craig Kimbrell. I mean, this team is so good, Coach. They got to be your pick to win the World Series.
Yeah, no, by far. They're absolutely loaded. Pitching's still great. They got batters everywhere. So they're definitely a lock for World Series. I mean, that's definitely where the money's coming in for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, their coach Dave Roberts said we're going to win the World Series. Now, I think they'll be in it. Now, winning it, that's a different story. You got to obviously win 5 or 4 games out of 7 when you get to the World Series, but I think they'll be there. So I'm going to go in this game. I mean, I really like the Brew Crew at -174. Obviously, there's no value in that. In the sense of the juice is very high there. If you're gonna play this as a straight, I would probably go run line, but I'm also hesitant there too, because the Brewers just didn't hit the ball last year at all. They won because of Corbin Burnes. Now I'm starting to think, this whole pitching staff's going to get figured out because the Brewers kind of came out of nowhere.
I'm not even touching the over/under. I think the under will most likely go, but I'm going with Brewers. I think it's a team that you definitely put in with a 3-team parlay.
Yeah, I think the Brewers at -174 is a great 3-team parlay. Hendricks got blown up a little bit last year. I think the same thing might happen tomorrow. More money's coming on the over just because of Hendricks. It's not because of Corbin Burnes. I think Burnes going to go, for probably 5 innings tomorrow. Keep in mind it was short in spring training, give up a few runs. But I don't think this game gets anywhere near 10.5. I think it's the under, but I think the best play is probably -174 money line in a parlay there.
Something's fun though with Cubbies. I know it's a 220 first pitch, like a day game at Wrigley, man, is something else. Though you gotta love it.
I've never been to Wrigley. I mean, you're the big Chicago guy here.
Yeah, I know. With my shout out Mike, my buddy who lives out in Chicago, we went to a Cubs game. It's I definitely like Fenway better, but the whole atmosphere though with Wrigleyville, it's second to none. Like that place is awesome.
100%. So, guys, again, we got a lot of people coming in on TikTok. If you're on TikTok, you want to come ask some questions, head over to the link in my bio. You can check out B Parlay YouTube channel. That's where we're live on right now. Terry coming in here. There we go. Had to sign off. Kathy, how you doing? Ready to win some money tonight, Kathy? So I mean, that's my favorite bet in this game. Next game's really interesting. You got the Mets with McGill going against Patrick Corbin. Now, in past years, Patrick Corbin's kind of got that name. He's that kind of guy that's going to take the ball and get wins for you. That was not the case last year. I think the Nationals are horrendous. But the Mets also got some trouble. I mean, Jacob deGrom should be starting on opening day right now. And they really need to bounce back offensively this year. They need to be a lot more consistent than they were last year. I think at minus 132, that's a great value for them, even with McGill on the mound. Now, we went to a Mets game last year. I think McGill pitched last year, and they got their dicks kicked in. It was just not fun to watch against the Blue Jays. Remember that?
And I'm glad you said that because the Nats right now, they're definitely in a rebuild. I think they're going to be one of the worst teams in the NL. But when you said about McGill, like you can't say he's not had a great spring training right now. He's not given up one earned run in the spring training. So for this game, definitely give me the Mets money line. Like that's so juicy not to take.
Yeah, I'll take Mets money line minus 132. I think that's also a good parlay piece. If you want to take a little risk there and just play this as a straight and go run line with the Mets, I don't mind that either at plus 122. I think Patrick Corbin's going to get hit tomorrow. And I also think the Mets are going to be decent this year, right? Like Frankie Lindor needs to bounce back. If Frankie Lindor can't bounce back this year, if Pete Alonso can't hit the baseball this year, they're going to have trouble, right? This team's built to do decent. It's the Mets, so they're going to blow up at some point. But again, I really do like that play there. Also, the total is set at 9, Coach. Like over or under. Keep in mind, I'm saying the Mets will hit the ball, but again, they probably won't when we get out there. So who knows?
Again, I'm not taking this one. I do like the over, but look for the Mets bullpen to be strong tomorrow. They got to be strong. If Miguel can give, 5 1/3, 6 innings, like that'd be great. And then have the bullpen come in will be super clutch for them. I just love that money line at like minus 132, minus 134.
Now, the next game here, we got the Cleveland Guardians against Kansas City Royals. I think this is a game that, first of all, the Guardians making their debut, not as the Indians anymore. But Zach Greinke getting the ball for the Royals on opening day is the craziest thing. And if you're giving, I love Zach Greinke. He's probably one of my favorite baseball players in the league right now, just because he's so funny. I don't know if you saw the story in spring training, but Greinke was, a fan came up and asked him for an autograph, right? And the fan was wearing some weird outfit, and Greinke's like, "Hey, I'll give you an autograph if I'm allowed to take a picture of you," right? That's just the kind of guy he is. We saw what he did last year. It was not pretty at times. He was, he gives up a lot of bombs, but he also can be money on the right day. So what are you thinking here, Coach?
For me, I'm giving Royals money line. Greinke was 11-6 last year. Going off the numbers last year, the Royals were number 9 for their batting average and number 1 for stolen bases. So if they can get their guys in scoring position, I think the Royals are going to be putting up some numbers, especially on Bieber. He gave up 3 runs on average on his outing. So I like the Royals to score a lot of runs. I like the Royals to win this game. If you're going over-under, I'll take the over for the total runs.
Yeah, I think, honestly, my favorite play in this game is the over. I think both teams come out and hit the ball. The one thing I'm really looking forward to is seeing Bobby Witt Jr. play tomorrow. Number 1 prospect in baseball, getting the full call. Shane Bieber is one of my guys to bounce back this year. I have him in the Cy Young mix early at least, but this is a great underdog play. And I think the biggest thing that I've seen, at least betting baseball, and my biggest advice for anyone looking to bet baseball, is you want to find value with those underdogs. You want to find good value. If you're playing straights, definitely. You want to find underdog value because you can get plus money on teams. Like you look at the Orioles. You're going to get them against the Yankees this year at some point at plus 200, right? But the Orioles are still going to win 50-something games. So if you can find them on the day they win with that plus money, you're in good shape.
That's the Orioles. If we're talking about ballparks, man, that's
a great ballpark.
You've been there, Camden Yards.
Every year I go for multiple games. So it's a great place.
But again, look for the Royals to be aggressive on the base path tomorrow.
All right, Coach. My fear is Greinke. I think you're only going to get a few innings out of him to get to the bullpen. I mean, Bieber's going to be more dominant, but the Royals got to, work good at bats. And I'd go under on Greinke's strikeout total. Let me see what that's set at. Do they have anything in here yet? No, they don't have any props in yet, but I would definitely go under on Greinke's total for sure. So keep going here, coach. Love that. Love the over. And I think the over in that game is my favorite play, honestly. It's tough to bet the over on the, the first week of the first game of the season, just because you don't know how the bats are going to be, but still love the over there. And then we got Pittsburgh versus St. Louis. Now, I mean, there's not much value here in the sense of if you're just going to take St. Louis straight up minus 205, I think the juice is a little high there. But I want to ask your opinion, coach, on Adam Wainwright. He had a great year last year, but he's one of the oldest pitchers in baseball, if not the oldest pitcher in baseball. Pitched at a very high level, though. But he started the season slow last year. And I think that's partially because the Cardinals started the season slow as well. But what do you think about him? How do you think he's going to come out this year?
Yeah, another year older. If I had to make one play for this game, I'm not even taking Cards, not even taking Pirates. I'm taking the over of 7.5. I think the Pirates will get to him. But I think at the same time with the Cards, though, with Goldschmidt and Arenado, I think they're going to put up some numbers and put up some runs as well. But I think Wainwright will definitely give up a few runs. He do.
Yeah, definitely. So we'll take a break here, talk about this question here on TikTok from Christian Frank 008. What do we think about the White Sox this year on their over-under win total? So I believe the White Sox were set at 91.5 on my yesterday when I looked. I took the under on that because they won 93 games in the Cupcake Central last year. And they only won 93 games. And I think the AL Central is going to be better this year. And the White Sox also with their bullpen, I think they're a little soft there. Joe Kelly's going to start the season on the injured list, obviously. And I do think it hurts sending Craig Kimbrell away. I really do. I don't think you lose your 8th or 9th inning guy there. You still got Liam Hendricks, obviously, but man, I think they're going to have trouble winning 93 games again. I think they're going to be like an 88, 89, 90 win team.
Yeah, I could see them in the high 80s. I wouldn't go anywhere over 91 wins for them.
No, not even close. So what we're talking about, Pittsburgh and St. Louis. I don't mind JT Brubaker on the mound for the Pirates. And keep in mind, too, the Cardinals will probably run away with this division, but at the same time, they always start slow. They find a way to start slow. The one thing that I'm looking forward to tomorrow is seeing the standing ovation that Albert Pujols is going to get with his first at bat. I think that's hammer the money line right there, just because, or hammer the run line there, just because of it.
I do love that. I'm glad it's his last year. He's going to retire, obviously, a little farewell tour, but I love Pujols back in the Cards. How can you not love that? But I think out of all the 6 games, my favorite play for the over is probably this game at 7.5. I like the over of this one a lot.
Definitely. So we got Waino ERA versus Pittsburgh was a 0.4 last year. Tom Bed 2002, and then Riley Measy coming in Cardinals -1.5. So taking Cardinals run line. I mean, Cardinals run line's a great bet tomorrow. The Cardinals got a really good team. I mean, any team with Nolan Arenado is a good team, I think.
Yeah. Well, so that was another one that I really liked a lot. I like the over. I like Cards money line, but I wouldn't do the Cards money line because it's probably -200. I'd definitely do the parlay, but the -1.5 is definitely a play to do against the Pirates.
Yeah, it's -102, so pretty much even money right now.
I'll tell you right now, T, if I was taking any of these 6 games for a run line, favorite, Cardinals is definitely it.
I don't know if I would totally agree with that. I mean, I don't mind that run line. Like, my biggest fear is the Pirates are probably not going to score a lot of runs, but at the same time, Adam Wainwright's still like, I know we got the 0.4 ERA here last year. Adam Wainwright's still old, so we got to account for that. And at the same time, too, we don't know what the Cardinals are going to do with the bats tomorrow. It's the Cardinals. They got hot at the right time last year, but it took them a long time to get hot. That can't happen this year if they want to run away with this division.
See, my thing here is like the lines right now are so juicy. I feel like you get a couple weeks, and then these lines are totally going to be changing pretty soon once you get to know these teams, these players, these batters, these pitchers, and all that.
Oh yeah, Cardinals run line. Tough. Go ahead. Yeah, Cardinals run line against the Pirates would probably be like -130 in the coming weeks when we start to see who's going to step up and who's going to slow down a little bit.
But another one we haven't talked about though too is what's a great little prop. I wouldn't say it's a prop bet, but those the over under the first 5 innings.
Yeah, we have not talked about first 5. First 5 is so valuable in baseball. Again, I don't see a lot. I don't have first 5 lines out right now. But first 5 is going to be huge. Like, first 5 money lines probably is going to drop the Cardinals down to -170 in that range. So you still got some value there. The thing that scares me about first five on opening day, we have no clue what people are going to do. We have no clue.
That's what we love about that's what we love about opening day, though. Come on now.
That's what we love. Terry's going -1.5 run line at home for the Cardinals. Come on now, Terry. Love that bet. So we got all our bets there. Coach, one question here for you. Like the over of 8 or the under? Keep in mind, Pittsburgh's probably not going to hit the ball much.
I mean, I like the over of 8. I do.
Yeah. Doesn't take much to get there over 9 innings.
No.
And when you look at some of these spring training games, I know it's spring training, but a lot of runs have been scored.
No, it's true. But again, though, I mean, it's spring training, just like preseason football. I mean, you can't count, can't be all serious with it. But I don't know. I just think 7.5 is just low scoring. Like, I just feel the run total for that just too low not to take the over.
Yeah, definitely. Who's starting for the Mets tomorrow? McGill is starting for the Mets. We like the Mets. We talked about it. Terry, no, I'm asking why would you? So, Terry, here's why I would go Cardinals run line at home. First of all, they're at home. Second of all, Albert Pujols standing ovation tomorrow. Third of all, Adam Wainwright's coming off a tremendous year. Pittsburgh Pirates have some exciting young talent on that team. I just don't see them doing much tomorrow.
They're not there yet. They're in the same boat as the Nationals.
And they're never going to be there. I don't think there's some owners in baseball that just won't spend money to win. There's some front offices that aren't committed to winning. Pittsburgh is one of them. As much as I love JT Brubaker, I don't think he's going to be able to do too much tomorrow. So you agree, Coach?
I 1,000% agree.
There we go. All right. Keep rolling here. Keep in mind, guys, if you're on TikTok, you want to come interact on YouTube, just head over to sports or my link in my bio and go to B Parlay YouTube channel. We're live on here for another few minutes here talking about. Next, we got the Reds and the Braves, male versus Freed. Now, Braves are the reigning defending undisputed champions of the world, Coach. Everyone's, mad about them not sending Freddie Freeman, not really talking Freddie Freeman. They had no intention of bringing Freddie Freeman back when you actually listen to how the contract negotiations went in the offseason, all that. I think this team's going to be better without Freddie Freeman. I mean, Matt Olson's the same thing. They still got Ronald Acuna. He's going to miss a month, but this team's going to be better than last year.
They're going to be better, but if we're talking just opening day, right? We know the Braves are the better team. Free has not looked good during spring training. I think the Reds will get after him a little bit. I think the World Series celebration might be a distraction for them. I think the under has gone. It's 7-2 right now between these two teams. So I kind of like the under of this play. If I was to make another bet, though, I'm going to take the under. But I also like the run line for the Reds in this at +1.5. I think their money line right now is at +190. I kind of like them as an underdog, but I kind of like that run line at +1.5.
See, the Reds just scare me a little bit. I mean, you look at this, got the Gatorade coming up. You look at this team, Coach. They don't have much. I mean, you trade away Castellanos. That's going to hurt you. That's a leader on there. The Braves do have Kenley Jansen closing games. Max Fried's still a reputable pitcher. Ozzie Albies, Matt Olson, Austin Riley, Danby Swanson, Eddie Rosario. I mean, Eddie Rosario came alive in the playoffs last year. Adam Duvall and Marcell Ozuna. Like, this team's going to hit the ball. So I'd probably fade more towards the over or tail more towards the over. But that's just me there. And I'd also run line. I think the Reds get blown off the field tomorrow.
Guess we'll see. I think the World Series celebration will be a distraction. I think Fried's going to give up some runs.
All right, Coach. There you go. Hey, we're going head to head. That's why we do it. That's why it's betting. Who's your teams? KL90. I'm a Red Sox fan, but I'm a baseball fan. Like, I collect baseball jerseys. I think my closet has more baseball jerseys than T-shirts right now. So that's what I would say. What do you, Coach? You're a Red Sox.
Yeah, I'm all Boston. Definitely a Red Sox fan. But when I was younger, it was Red Sox. But then right after was the Dodgers. Going down to spring training down at Vero Beach, going to the Dodgers, seeing them. But definitely Red Sox.
So we got some comments here. Brewers money line and Astros +1.5 tomorrow. So we're about to talk about the Astros here. We already talked about the Brewers. Brewers money line just -174. Wheezy Killer. That's going to be a parlay piece for us. Astros +1.5 tomorrow at -184. That's another parlay piece. I think the Angels are going to be very good this year, though, if they stay healthy.
That has, like, out of all the 6 games, like, this one has, or is there 6 games or 7 games tomorrow?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 games tomorrow. Should have been 8 with the Red Sox.
Yeah.
And another game got canceled too.
But Angels Astros is by far the best game. Like, with Shohei Ohtani on the mound, he's 6-0, 1.95 ERA in his 13 starts, at home. I mean, how can you not love the offensive bats from the Astros and then Shohei Ohtani on the mound? Like, that's gonna be a great game.
No, I love Shohei Ohtani. I mean, I shouldn't say I love Shohei Ohtani. I got sick of the media last year just being all over him. Like, guys, we get it. He can pitch, he can hit. He's the Japanese Babe Ruth. That's really cool, right? But at the same time, too, like, he did get blown up on the mound a little bit. Like, that's so. I'm looking for him to be very good tomorrow. But again, this Astros team is still really freaking good. Just because you send away Carlos Correa doesn't mean this team is not going to be special. I don't think they're going to be as good. But you still got Bregman. You still got Altuve. You guys got guys that can hit the ball. I think the over 8.5 is my play here.
Yeah, I like the over. I see the thing with the Angels, like, Shohei needs to be locked in, and the bullpen's got to come out strong for them. Like, bullpen needs to be dialed in when they come in. That's 6th, 7th, 8th, coming in for relief.
Yeah, I mean, just the offensive firepower in this game. I'm going to go with the over. I think that's my favorite play of 8.5. Honestly, when you look at Shohei, he's going to give up some runs tomorrow. He looked nasty in spring training. I'm not going to lie about that. But he's probably going to give a few runs. Framber Valdez, I believe, his first opening day start. I could be wrong about that. But just the firepower. You look at that core with the Angels. You got Trout, you got Ohtani, you got Rendon. I mean, right there, that's a scary 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5. However they want to roll it out there.
Firepower, man. That the Astros can put up 4 runs like it's nothing, super fast.
Oh yeah, the Astros are. We saw that in the ALCS last year with the Red Sox.
See, that's what I love about, I tell you this with basketball, with a live bets, but baseball's the same thing. Like, you'll know your teams when they're down a run or two. You're like, all right, whatever. It's the 4th inning. A lot of baseball left. Like, live betting for baseball is definitely very, very juicy.
Live betting for baseball is juicy, but I will say this: you need to be watching the games. Like,
well, yeah, I mean,
but we
see that with basketball too. Like, you see how the game's playing. It's the same thing with baseball. I mean, come on, we're gonna be watching it. We'll be dialed in.
That's what I'll say. Like, yeah, if you have the dedication, like, I can't wait for tomorrow. It's like Christmas, but if you have the dedication to sit there and watch the game and live bet it, you're gonna make money doing it. If it's when you can't stay locked in for a full game. And like, I fully recommend, like, if you're in a legal betting state or you're playing Bovada or whatever, if you're in a legal betting state and you're at the stadium, like, live bet the game, like, be there and live bet it. Bet the pitches, bet the at-bats, because like DraftKings will offer that, FanDuel will offer that. I'm sure BetMGM will offer that. So make sure you're always dialed in on these games before placing a bet.
And I'll tell you this, T. I know we already talked about it, but once we see a few of these games, a few of these teams play, watch a few of these games by these pitchers. That first 5 for the innings for the over/under is going to be huge.
Yeah, and I'm sure there'll be first 5 lines out tomorrow. Again, I don't have them right now, but
they definitely will be. But I'm saying once it's locked in, though, we're gonna be all set with that.
No, definitely, it's first 5. Yeah, bet first 5. I've never really been a huge first 5 better, but the best part about that is you can get your first 5 money and then resurface it. Let's see here. I got some comments in here. Cleveland versus KC. Who do you like? We talked about that game already, Coach. You can just give your quick little take on it.
Yeah, for that one, I know. So it's kind of tough for the people coming in with the comments late. But, yeah, I like Royals money line with this one. We talked about that the Royals, at least from my standpoint, with them last year, 9th in the league with their batting average. I think they're going to be very aggressive on the base path. They were number 1 last year in the majors. So I think Bieber's going to be giving some runs. He's averaging about three runs for his outing. Look for the Royals to put up some runs there.
Yeah, definitely. So we got that. I'm going to be on the over in that game. I think that's the best play. Anytime Greinke's on the mound, I hammered the over last year. It worked out for me. Nice jersey, Arthur Marquina. Yeah, we got Manny Machado on. Love that. Love Machado. What up, Leak Boy? How we doing? Guys? Latif. We didn't even answer Latif. What's up, guys? How you been, Latif? We've been really good. I think. Coach, how you been?
Good, baby. Steve, I haven't talked to Latif in a while, man. This has been, it feels so good to be back on the camera with you. Like we were talking about earlier, we got to get together, get a game going, got to go to Boston, go to Fenway, go on that little rooftop that we were talking about. We got to get a live stream going with the boys.
Oh, definitely. We got to get the live stream going. Well, it's, everyone thinks like, guys, I don't make the content decisions. So I know we've cut back the videos and stuff. I don't make those decisions. I think people think I make those decisions and I'm just like cheating the army. I'm not doing that by any means. Desmond Clark, what's up, my guys? I love the White Sox offense this year. I love the White Sox in general, but the problem is they don't play anyone, so it kind of scares me. But you look at this offense, it's one of the best in baseball, obviously. Now, especially after signing Pollock. Yasmani Grandal, decent hitter at the plate. Jose Abreu, Yohan Moncada, Tim Anderson, Eloy Jimenez, Luis Robert, Pollock now. It's just a loaded lineup. They're going to run away with that division. I still don't think they win 92, 93 games like they did last year. But the offense is legit.
Young team, but yeah, we both like the under of 91 games.
Definitely. Okay, so we're talking Astros, Angels. Did we give our picks for this one, Coach?
Yeah. I mean, I guess I'm gonna have to go with the over. Is it stuck at 8.5?
It's still at 8.5. I do like the over. I think just both these offenses are so explosive. I would go over on Shohei a lot last year, and it usually worked out because whether he went 3 or 4 or 5, they would leave him in to hit, obviously, go to the bullpen right away.
Yeah. I think over of 8.5 is the way to go. I love Shohei, but we like any teams that are going to win us some money, right? Come on.
Yeah, any team. I think the over is the best play there. San Diego versus Arizona in the final game of the night. I think there's great value San Diego run line here. Keep in mind you don't have Tatis for the first month of the season because he broke his wrist riding go-karts and somewhere I don't really know, or whatever the story is. Madison Bumgarner, that was a big pickup by Arizona. I mean they're still not ready to win yet, but they got some young talented guys. I still got to go with San Diego. I mean the talent's just much greater there.
Yeah. I'm taking Padres money line. That's it. That's the nightcap of the games. Give me Padres money line.
Yeah, I will probably go Padres money line in a parlay. Again, I think the under is probably the play here at 9, just because I don't think Arizona is going to hit much. And, without Tatis, that's one less power bat in your lineup. But again, like every team has like really explosive bats. It's just, who steps up on any given day. I'm going to play some player props. Now, unfortunately, we don't have player props listed right now, but I will be doing a lot of that tomorrow.
Let me ask you this, T, because the people want to know. Now, I'm curious. Do we have a lot of people on TikTok right now, too?
10 million.
10 million. It's not bad. If you got to give your 3 teams right now, 3-team parlay, what are your 3 teams right now that you're locking up?
All right, I'll give you a little money line parlay. I'll
give you my 3 after.
Coach, I'm going to take the Milwaukee Brewers money line. I'm going to take the I'm probably going to take the Padres, and then I would go with the Braves. I think the Braves come out big tomorrow. And hell, you know what? I'll throw in the Cardinals too. I'll go 14 parlay. I think those are my best bets. Milwaukee, San Diego, Atlanta, and St. Louis. Plus 473. I do like that bet a lot.
Yeah, I like Brewers money line.
Yep.
Money line, Cardinals money line. That's my 3-team right there.
So I'll probably sprinkle some run lines in there. Like I'll bet the whole slate tomorrow. I'll do that's what I kind of do for baseball. I mean, I bet games straight up, but I also do a lot of parlays, just because I think there's a ton of value with the parlays on baseball, at least, just because, you can get your money quick and you kind of know based on the starting pitcher, you're going to know who's going to show up and who's not going to show up. Obviously anything can happen, but
yeah, very true.
So Coach, that was a good show, man. 30 minutes right on the dot. Well,
real quick, since we are, since I'm a Red Sox fan, if we were to talk about Red Sox Yankees for Friday, what do you like?
I like the Red Sox. I'm a Red Sox fan, but just, I will never bet against the Red Sox. That's one thing I cannot do. I cannot root against the Red Sox, but at the same time, I will say who's going to win and who's not going to win. I think this is a great spot for Boston. Just because Nathan Eovaldi has been statistically good against the Yankees. Garrett Cole has not been good against the Red Sox. But at the same time, too, the Yankees are hosting the Red Sox for the first series of the year. They got their ass kicked in the wild card game. They probably want a little revenge. It's going to be a hostile environment there. So I would probably, honestly, as a bettor, I would stay away from this game totally and just enjoy it because I think it's going to be fun to watch.
Let's be honest. You're not going to enjoy it. You're going to put money on it.
No, here's what I'll do. I'm going to do a same game parlay, and I'm just going to bet like hits and runs and strikeouts.
I love that. You're just going to sit back and just enjoy the game.
Are you
Hey, don't be a liar. What game have we ever just sat back and just enjoyed a game?
Not many, I'll tell you that.
Ask anyone in the Army. What game have we just sat back and just relaxed?
Yeah, someone on TikTok asked me the other night, "Do you always make this many picks?" I said, "Only when I find betting value," but I found a lot of betting value the other night.
We find value in every single game. I'll tell you what. I like the over of this game. I think the Red Sox and Yankees in their last 9 meetings, like 8 of them have gone over. The Red Sox are like 0-5 straight up against the Yankees in their last 5 times. Give me the over for this game.
Yeah, the short porch at Yankee Stadium is going to be big. I think Bobby Dalbec is going to be huge for the Red Sox this year. As long as if Bobby can hit, this team's going to be in really good shape.
I'll tell you what right now. Bobby Dalbec, that's just a name that you create on MLB The Show 22. How's that not a great baseball name right there?
Because he didn't get a hit in October last year. That's why it's not.
Well, he will this year when the Red Sox win the World Series. Bobby freaking Dalbec.
Don't count out the Sox. That's what I'll say about that. Don't count out the Sox. I mean, for plus 600 to win the East, I don't think they're going to win the East, but still, I mean, that's great value. It's like everyone's talking about why we should bet Tiger to win the Masters because he's a 40-1 now. I mean, yeah, fucking sprinkle money on the Red Sox to win the division. Who gives a shit? That's what I would say. But like, if I'm putting serious money on it, I'm not going to do it. But it's a good sprinkle bet, you know.
No, it's a good sprinkle, Brett. Hey, play that dirty water, baby. Come on now.
Play that dirty. I love that dirty water. Boston near my home, coach. Come on now. All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us tonight. TikTok, thanks for joining us. Let's see what we got. Can I ask you? Let's see, guys. Johan Simham. Hey, bro, can I ask you some important in this betting industry? Yeah, I mean, ask whatever you want if you're on here still. Follow the host. What's good, bro? Nothing much. Slam the bookie. How we doing, guys? How we doing? Ready to win some money here? So yeah, guys, this was our show presented by BetMGM. If you want to get $1,000 deposit, up to $1,000 deposit match, smart, use promo code DARMY on BetMGM. Links in the description below, guys. If you're on TikTok, head over to YouTube. You can find that link. Click that. Enter code BARMY. You can get $1,000 deposit match on that, and enjoy the game tomorrow, Coach.
Can't wait. Follow us both on the social media. Handles are down there on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. It's all the same. We're putting out picks daily. Try and get that money tee. Just another day tomorrow win the bank, and let's screw the bookies again, kid. Come on now.
There we go. Be Parlay Army out. See you guys soon.